Good. I think we're actually live. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's the video starting soon. Round 8.
Okay.
It's got that. Did the LSU in the background.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And
I'm gonna try and keep
because you're
that.
gonna keep it so the old one. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll
keep
just
layering
work
over.
itself.
Yeah. I like how because I saw. You had the LSU over the plaid.
Yeah.
So that was really good. What is the orange in the?
Copperhead. I just went copper.
Yeah. Well, the round looks. I'm getting a lot of purple, but if I look at it straight, I probably see more. Copper.
It's just all copper.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. So I think I'm good there, and no one's watching, so that's good. You want to talk into that?
Yeah. How does this sound?
You're red.
We're pretty good. No, is that too high?
No, I'm trying to turn it up, and I'm gonna turn me down a little bit. Nope, too much.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
The other good thing of having this really close to me,
Oh, you can adjust it on the fly.
I could and even if if I notice that I'm getting a little
Lower.
crazy,
Okay.
I'm I could turn that up
Yeah.
or down or whatever.
Sure.
I want to double check that before I go on. I want to make sure. What is this thing called? Awful Saints. Oh, we are live. Nope. Maybe? Nope. That's the last one. Oh, no, it is. Cool. I wonder what this looks like. So, I want to see what it looks like on this thing. Oh, and I got to get my sheet.
Like these?
Yeah.
Here, you just take mine because I don't like having it in front of me anyway.
I'll direct.
Yeah.
I'll be the director. Alright. Cool. Oh, yeah, it looks pretty good.
Oh, good. Okay.
Actually, give me 1 second. Think. That showed up. Nice. Sent myself a message.
Okay.
Hey, me. What's up? Get a little. Hopefully, there's no volume, so I don't have to listen. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me hit the record button. All right. We are ready.
All right, we're back.
R4 cents, round 8.
Yes, welcome to another edition.
The edition.
You're right.
This is the edition that you want. Maybe. So, how'd you enjoy it?
What's that? The Zurich Classic?
Zurich.
It was fun.
We were doubling down in the bayou.
Yes. I think it's a good tournament. It was fun to watch.
Yeah,
We got our first playoff of the season.
playoff.
At least that I can recall anyway. Since we've been doing this podcast, it's the first time we've had a playoff.
Yeah, it was good.
Until it wasn't, because
Yeah.
it was exciting until the first tee shot. Louis Oosthuizen just puts it right in the water. So
It was over.
it kind of took the drama out of it. But they did need to make a putt at the end.
That's true.
Or actually, no, they didn't. They could have two putted because
Oh,
Louis,
yeah, he
Louis
missed.
ended up missing his effort for par. So
Yeah.
Um,
Unfortunate.
yeah, it could have been a little bit more exciting, but we got playoff out of it. So it's
We'll take it.
yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, we got all hopped up drinking some chicory root down at Cafe Du Monde.
Oh, Cafe
listening
Du
to some
Monde.
jazz on Bourbon Street.
It's such a good town.
Yeah.
You told me you haven't been to New Orleans?
I've never been.
Oh, you got to go.
My
It is a
parents
blast.
actually brought me home some Cafe Du Monde coffee, and it was the only coffee I've ever drank black. I was
Okay.
like, this is really good coffee.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's not like that crazy of a place, but the beignets are delicious. They're awesome. It's fun too. The last time I was there, I was wasted with a group of friends, and we were singing The Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh,
If you're,
yeah.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, it was so good. Like there was other patrons in the place just singing along, and it was a fun drunken night. And it actually made me think, that could be a decent walkout song. The Crossroads.
Does it start with them just going?
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Yeah,
Okay.
like a lot of that kind of stuff. And there's like great harmonies, and yeah, I mean it's right in the title of their band. Yeah, so it's
And they have Bones and Thug.
everything. They
got
give
it
you
all.
everything you need. It's yeah. I mean,
what more could you ask for?
yeah, I don't know most of their collection, but that song is always a fun one. It's
Yeah, which kind of is a good-
it's a sad song actually too, but it is fun though.
Well, the other nice thing is that this leads right into the whole idea of the Zurich Classic had
Oh, with the walkout music.
Yeah, had walkout music.
Yeah. What'd you notice? What struck you as good choices?
Well, we got to bring up the Mullet song by Smith and Leishman, obviously.
The winners, we should mention. Congrats to the Aussies.
Yeah.
They did a great job there. And yeah, that was a funny choice that I believe Mark Leishman decided on that song to point out and have fun with it. And, Cam Smith went along with it. And he was a good sport.
Yeah, Leishman even trimmed up his mullet for him.
I
Before.
thought I heard that. And he wore a wig too.
Yeah, he was all in.
Yeah,
He
that
was
was one
all
of the things I noticed about this tournament is that, the teams who were playing well, and even if you weren't playing all that well, they were smiling a lot, laughing a lot on the course for the first 3 days of competition.
Yeah.
On Sunday, it was all business.
They were
Nobody
not-
was having fun
No, they were not messing
until it
around.
was over.
Yeah, they
but
were
the
not
first 3
messing around.
days, there was a lot of camaraderie and like a lot of enjoyment coming out of those groups. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a fun event.
Yeah, I'm glad.
The back and forth, where to go, better ball, alternate shot, better ball.
Yeah, you have to
alternate
make
shot.
some decisions too, like who's going to, have the tee on most par threes because you have to pick odd, uneven tees. Ball selection as well, which is really important.
Yeah, especially for those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Us, not so much.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can just a ball is round, hit it.
Yeah.
But these guys, the softness plays a factor. A lot of different elements about the ball. So I would imagine that a lot of these teams would pick their partner based on using the same type of equipment. I mean, clearly that
I
wasn't
thought that too.
yeah.
but it wasn't. It wasn't.
It
true.
wasn't. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure there were some teams that kind of had that go into their decision making, but clearly it wasn't the most important thought that the teams had.
No. I wonder if they practice a little bit with that ball, just to, hit a couple on track.
I'm sure
man,
they
like,
would.
oh,
I'm
it's
sure they
great.
would have to. Yeah, at least a few. I mean, they have time on the range. It's. And
I would assume.
yeah, and it's not completely necessary to devote hours upon hours upon hours to it, but I'm sure they get their swings in.
Yeah. Well, so I had an old favorite that I saw on the list, and I honestly don't even know if they came out to this song or if they made the cut or not.
Sure.
But,
Well, they only played the music on the weekend, so
Yeah. But they was on the list
Okay.
of songs they were going to come out to. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
Sure.
I don't know. But I Wish by Skee-Lo.
not familiar.
I wish it was a little bit
Oh,
taller. I wish
okay,
it
yeah,
was a
yeah,
ball.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that was one of my favorites growing up.
Oh,
that was
sure,
That
yeah.
was a top 10.
You were a baller when we were kids.
And I wish
And
I
you were
was
short. Yeah, you were
and
short.
I wish I was a
too.
little bit taller.
Right. Yeah.
I had it all. It was my theme song.
That's pretty good.
And then we had to give props to Kevin Tway and Kelly Craft for Rough Riders Anthem by DMX. Rest
Throwing
in
a nod
peace.
to DMX. Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's got to be a tough one to come out to. You can only play so much
Yeah.
of anything by DMX.
Right. Well, I'm sure they have edited versions
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
though.
I'm sure we all heard it on the radio when we were growing up.
right.
That's where.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't get the same effect out of
No.
that type of music.
Oh, and
He had that aggressive style. Like DMX is
Very.
awesome.
yeah. But Matt Every and Tyler McCucumber, Aeroplane by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I noticed that. That was a good selection. I've got One Hot Minute in my car right now. It's a
And
really good album.
McCucumber just keeps getting better.
Has he been?
No,
performing better?
I just mean that
Oh,
I'm
just
liking.
because of you like him more and more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, I heard one of the announcers during the broadcast mention that I think they went to school together.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in Georgia, I want to guess, but I'm not 100% there. And, I guess that was one of their songs that they would like to jam out to.
That's
Or
cool.
that was a band they both enjoyed.
And you also have a new people on your shit list.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
KH Lee and Kyle Stanley.
The Imagine
Boo,
Dragons. Yeah.
Boo, hiss.
It's just shitty. It's just a shitty choice in walkout music.
And I don't know that. I'm sure I know that song, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, you don't need to
Yeah,
seek it out.
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, you really don't have to.
Take your
but
word for it.
The funny thing is how popular that band is, and like a lot of that type of music is.
Mhm.
That like I'm the one that's wrong, but
You're the counterculture.
Yeah, yeah. But it's I'm not wrong though. It's shit.
It doesn't make it good.
It's not good. In fact, we were talking about picking our walkout music last week,
Mhm.
and I think I just found one on the ride here. I was listening to some Ray Charles,
Right.
and because I've got a couple CDs of his best of collection, and it starts out with "Mess Around," and if you're not familiar with that song, it is
Amazing.
yeah, it's awesome, and it starts off real hot. There's excuse me, there's some brass in it too, which has that New Orleans feel to it.
That'd be a good one.
So, and you might know the song from Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. John Candy is driving. He's smoking a cigarette, and they're driving a car. Steve Martin's asleep, and he's listening to the song, and he's playing the sax, and he's playing the piano on the dash there, and it's such a good moment, and I think that would be a perfect song for some walkout.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah. In fact, Bubba Watson and Scotty Scheffler, they went with "When the Saints Come Marching In" by Louis Armstrong. And if
Also
you
a
want
good
to get the New Orleans crowd on your side, that's the way to do it.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, I think they did.
Yeah. Well, I heard it. Yeah, they definitely.
Okay.
They played it for sure.
Well, that's a plus. At least they got to play it.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
they were
then-
doing. I mean, that was your pick, and they did. They got another top 10 for you.
I know.
You just keep on nailing those.
I know. I'm feeling good. And
Yeah.
honestly, both of our picks, we're jumping ahead a little bit of what we're going to talk about, but I don't
Well,
care.
no, we don't have to go in order.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, our picks were both playing stellar through 3 days.
Yeah. They were
Right.
second to last group. They played together the
Right.
final day.
Yeah, I was hoping they would feed off of each other well, and just really.
Well, they did feed off each other.
Oh
just
yeah,
not
but just in
positively.
in the wrong direction.
Yeah, which sucks. And then the last walkout, which was Kramer Hickok and Robbie Shelton, they were doing the walkout was the Bulls theme song.
Oh, that might be the best one I've heard actually.
Well, and I
Because
was
that's
like,
that's
man,
just such iconic music. You know exactly where you remember it from when you hear that.
but
song.
you have to perform if you walk out to that.
Absolutely.
Like you sure as shit better make the cut, which they didn't.
Yeah.
So
they didn't even get to
actually
play it.
play the song.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's rough.
Right. Well, that's a selection that you got to bring the Heat or the Bulls, not the Heat. Not
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the '90s Bulls. If you want to,
so
if you want to
good.
play their music, you got to perform like them, and they were, arguably the best, the best teams to ever do it. They could
Yeah,
be
they
in
were
that
up there.
discussion anyway.
So my one thing with that whole event, and I'm not saying that the players were bad, but I really wish it was an event that had really all the big names would want to show up for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be cool to have some powerhouse teams in there.
I think it would get a little corporate where they would end up doing a lot of 2 TaylorMade guys, 2 Titleist guys.
Oh, sure,
They
sure.
wouldn't really get as mixed with countrymen, where we had a lot of the Schwartzel and Oosthuizen from South Africa, Leishman and Smith.
The Aussies, yeah.
They're from Milletville.
Yeah, like Scheffler and Watson, I think they're both Americans.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Nick Watney is.
he is. Yeah, Nick Waddy.
He's from Sacramento, by
That's
the
an
way.
update. Yeah, I was wrong about him being Canadian, but doesn't he seem a little Canadian?
Yeah, he's got a little Canadian vibe going
I
on.
think there's definitely something there.
Well, there's something like maybe it's a
It's a
the
Canadian
Calif-
sounding name too.
well, like you're Southern Cali, Canada.
Yeah.
They're basically the same.
No.
They're just chill.
Yeah. There is a lot of that. They've got their differences, but
Oh, and then Ventura and Hovland are Norwegians and also Oklahoma State teammates.
yeah,
So that was a good mix.
right. Don't let me forget later. I want to pick Victor Hovland for the
Okay.
Valspar.
All right.
So later on,
I'll
when
pencil that in.
Yeah, for the back.
Yeah. Oh, I heard this. This was a really good quote. Thank God Rom has strong quads and a strong derriere knocking that bunker shot.
I think I know the bunker shot you're talking about.
It was on Friday.
It was that tiny little pop bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
he
forget.
knocked it in.
Yeah, but I don't remember who the lady was that was talking about it. She was like, "Well, good thing he's got strong quads and a strong derriere to keep himself up."
Oh, it was a lady that
Yeah.
made that comment? Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, that's why I didn't know if it was a bogey or a birdie statement.
It's bird.
Bird, going bird. All
Yeah,
right.
that's funny, yeah.
And we also had another tie in the world of worst scores.
Oh, worst scored alert. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something we got to get. Yeah.
Call the ambulance because you got the worst score.
Hey, who took the prize this week?
There's a couple. So Bohog,
Oh, hey, Bohog.
whatever. He's hog. He's hogging my book.
Okay.
So this is actually pretty interesting. He followed in the footsteps of Jack. He grew up near his boyhood home, played for Ohio State,
Okay.
pro golfer.
Yeah.
He's just a couple majors short.
Yeah, he's just a couple, yeah.
And
Well,
then-
he's early in his career. He'll be there in no time, right? 18?
He's just going to rifle off 18 in a row and
Yeah.
catch right up.
Yeah.
And then his partner was Wes Roach. He played for Duke, so he's a Blue Devil, and I'm not talking shit on him. I blame Bo for the poor performance. It was all Bo's fault.
Oh, okay.
I'm not blaming Wes.
And you're basing this on...
Strictly because he went to Duke.
Right, exactly. So you have no idea how their
Nope.
performances
Nope. And then
they weren't shown on the coverage very often. So,
No.
yeah. So we'll just blame it on
it was Bo.
Bohog, yeah.
And they tied the locker buddies, Appy Barnrat, who has a nickname.
Happy Barn Rat.
No, but
Oh,
that's a good...
I've heard it before, too. Damn it. Just, I can't think about
No,
it.
got nothing.
I don't have it off the top of my head.
Asia's John Daly.
Oh, I didn't hear that before. Well, because he's a smoker. I've seen him with billows around him in pictures.
Was he smoking or was he vaping?
He was probably vaping, yeah.
Do you vape, bro?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Just based on the cloud that was next to him,
It had to
seemed
be.
like it was probably one of those. But why else does he get that
I think
distinction?
just the little heftiness.
size,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, just maybe demeanor. I don't really know.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
So he's just like John Daly, also minus the major wins.
sure.
He doesn't have any of those.
He doesn't have
either.
any of those. Does Daly have two of them? He has a U.S. Open and a British?
Yeah, he's got two.
Yeah.
Which is the video, the picture we were talking about, the 19th hole one. I'm pretty sure that was the Open.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that was the U.S. Open. I think that was the Open.
Yeah. Oh, the 19th hole. That's right. Yeah, that's a good picture.
And he played with Arjun Atwal.
Yes.
So he's the first India-born player to make it to the U.S. PGA Tour and win an event. In 2010, he won the Wyndham.
Arjun Atwal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I didn't realize he was
I
around.
thought he was Indian, and but Abby Barnrat's like Filipino, or is he?
Honestly, I don't know because
Maybe
I know
like Indonesia or something. He's definitely in the Southeast Asian area.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna make a poor guess. That's not in Asia. Like,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
an
right,
asshole.
Yeah, it's like, Belgium is that?
Yeah. So it was an alphabetical match made in heaven, except it was not.
Yeah, they didn't make the cut either.
Nope. Plus
Okay.
6. They had the worst score.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And then the highest weekend score was Chalmers and Percy. And they had a terrible Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the alternate shot is a tougher.
What would you consider for them a bad alternate shot day?
I would probably think like, well, bad would be 4 or 5 over, I'd say, because a lot of the announcers were saying even was a happy score on Friday. Sunday, the conditions were a little bit better, so they were expecting people to go a little bit lower. But generally, if you're hovering around even, it's a fine day in terms of that format.
So Chalmers and Percy ended at 1 under.
Yeah.
They shot 10 over on Sunday.
Oh, Jesus. So they were 11 under
They were
going
11
into
and-
the final
yeah.
round? Wow.
I'm not saying you're going to win, but you're not that far off.
Right, yeah, no, they were doing fine up until that, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad day.
That's a real bad day. And, like, is it both of you? Is it one of you? Did someone get hurt?
You would have to both be off for a score like that on a professional level.
I just don't know. It was just shocking to me.
Yeah.
I was truly shocked. I was like, man, you were 10 over and you were still under par.
Yeah.
For the week.
And they're still trying. Like, like
Yeah, no one wants to put up that score.
right. But like there's a lot of money at stake. There's a lot of FedEx Cup points at stake in that situation too. That like it's really important that every single stroke matters, and they know that. So to have
100%.
that kind of score is pretty surprising. You're right.
Yeah, I was truly shocked by a 10 over
Yeah.
a 10 over score. I was like, man, you guys got to be kicking yourself. I was even thinking if one of them hypothetically got hurt and could only like literally dink the ball,
Sure.
and then the next person had to hit, I still think they would shoot better than 10 under or
Yeah.
10 over.
I agree. But things happen. So it's,
That's true.
It's not like they didn't do it on Friday as well. They were fine on Friday.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, in all honesty, you made the cut, you made some money.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that Jazz Fest was called off this year because it usually coincides with the Zurich Classic,
Oh, that would have been
which
nice.
it means it could be one of the most fun tournaments to go to because you can be out in the sun on the course all day watching some of the greatest in the world, not the best because the best don't show up to that one, but then you hear some awesome music in
Yeah.
the French Quarter afterwards. Like that would be a fun weekend vacation.
And I wonder if the players are doing any extracurricular activities. God, I butchered that.
That's-
Are they going out at night?
some of them, most of them, no. I would say,
Yeah, I think it's
especially
too
Chris
serious.
Kirk. Stay off the sauce. You're doing so well, Chris.
Right.
We want to keep you
Yes.
in that form. We're proud of you. And
Very
also, I'm the first one to tell you that New Orleans, it'll get you. Like, you only need to go there for like 1.5, 2 days tops. If you're visiting there for longer, you're going to get yourself in some trouble.
Quickly.
Well, if you want to. I mean, if you want to have fun and really go for it, you can there. But it's
I mean, there's enough golf I could. Well, I don't drink anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't really care.
sure, yeah. So, but
And there's a
also-
lot of golf down
and
there.
the food though too. Like I heard, they do say that that tournament has some of the best food on tour all season.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, because there's a lot of good stuff down there.
That'd be really good, actually.
Ugh. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to that tournament sometime.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
All right, I'm in. I could go to any of them, so
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, I'm game.
Okay.
Why
This
not?
time next year, we're going to do a live spot from
Yeah.
from the Zurich.
Yeah, I was thinking about how funny it would be if we could like interview the people because no one really brings up worst score and talks about these people.
Nobody. Yeah.
So like I think that'd be like we're the guys that interview the guys that shot the worst score. Like, oh, now I have to go on our 4 cents.
Oh, Jesus.
Like,
Yeah.
you
That would-
can't
yeah,
you
that'd be
can't bail. You
Right.
gotta go.
Yeah.
You get
It's just you have obligations. Like it's contractual.
yeah, right.
If you have the
Exactly.
worst
That's-
score of this. And how would you go about those interviews? Would you let the people have it? Would you be jovial with them, or
If
would you,
I was the golfer,
no? If you were doing the interview as us, and
Yeah.
like, would
So
you
I'm gonna-
would you make them feel bad, or would you console them, or would you try and have some laughs with them, or would it all depend on their demeanor?
so hypothetically, I'm hypothetically being me.
Right.
in
Yeah.
this
Correct. Yeah.
okay.
It's you.
It's
Yeah.
me hypothetically.
Yeah. And say.
Oh, I would definitely have
you
some
had
fun
to.
with it.
Yeah. You had to interview Bo Hogue and West Roach.
Yeah, like I would be. I'd probably talk to. You would have to bring up this information to them.
Right. Yeah.
I'd be like, oh man, you're close. You're just like Jack. You just don't have any majors.
I'm just hoping that they would appreciate the humor in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna walk out first 15 seconds. They're like, screw these
And
guys.
that would make it even better if you just
Yeah.
had a seg like over and over again. You just had walkouts. There's something about a walkout interview that is
It's priceless.
it is pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, Bo might walk out, and then me and Wes are gonna be having a chit chat about Cameron Indoor Stadium. Be like,
Right,
yo,
yeah.
did you go to any
Did you-
games?
yeah. Have you met Coach K? Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my dog is named after Steve Wojciechowski, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty committed.
You have been for your entire life, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, I have somewhere in this house there are pieces of Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, when they ripped up the floor, it's got the record
Yeah.
of their home record on that court.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
it's fine.
I might be a fan,
Yeah, definitely.
and it's funny because that's the only sports team I'm a true fan of. The rest of them, I really could care less.
Oh, you used to be because your Raider fandom.
Yeah, my Raider fandom
is
is
meaningless essentially.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like-
that is. I was happy when you picked them as your favorite team because did you pick out of a hat?
Yeah, picked them out of a hat.
It's such a good team to pick out of a hat. The Raiders.
Yeah.
Their fan base has got this gritty kind
Yeah.
of coolness to them. You know,
I like wearing black.
yeah.
you know?
Mark Davis looks ridiculous. Al Davis was a crazier person.
Was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mark looks ridiculous. Al was ridiculous. Yeah, like I don't really. I mean, I know Carr is a quarterback.
Oh, Derek Carr. Isn't he a NEPA guy too? Isn't he local?
No, that was McGloin when he was on the team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, and then Chucky is the coach.
Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky, the doll from the movie.
I can see
Gruden.
it now. Yeah.
Gruden's Chucky.
I see it now. Yeah.
He fits in with Raider Nation,
Absolutely. Yeah.
but I don't know anyone else besides the Davises in
Right.
that organization.
Yeah. But that's such a good team to pick out of a hat. I love it.
And I like that they're in Vegas now. I think that's cool.
It is cool.
I think Vegas needed
They got
some
good
team.
colors too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
There's so much
Well-
about the Raiders that are worthy of being selected.
Yeah, and then I picked. Who else did I pick out of a hat? Memphis Grizzlies,
Okay.
Houston Dynamo for soccer. I've never watched a game.
Oh, sure.
I don't know if I've ever watched an MLS soccer game. Period.
Oh, they're fun. Well, in comparison to real soccer, MLS isn't that great, but it is fun, especially live. Soccer games are a lot of fun live.
Yeah, I think I like watching soccer and hockey. Hockey
is the best sport to watch live.
Edmonton Oilers. That's my
Okay.
team.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid, you have one of the best players in the league.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You could walk in this room right now. I
You
wouldn't know
wouldn't even
who-
recognize him.
Not
Yeah,
a clue.
Yeah, neither would I.
And then Detroit Tigers. Baseball.
That sucks.
They were good. They had with Verlander.
Yeah, well, most teams have been good at some point
Yeah.
in baseball because that league is, over a century old.
Yeah.
But there's some
Except for the
teams-
Cubs.
they were good.
I mean, they were good
a decade
very
ago.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I meant like up until that point,
Right. Yeah.
they were very much not good,
Absolutely.
or at least not good enough.
exactly. Not good enough. But yeah, they keep their heart in it though. There's something endearing about the Cubbies.
Yeah. All right, I'm done with the front
In
end.
fact, they're playing the
Oh,
Braves
you're
right
not
now. I'm
done.
missing the Braves game.
Oh,
for,
no,
for
not the
this
Braves.
right now. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. I wanted to watch that game. Although it might be good because the Braves had one hit on a doubleheader yesterday.
Ooh.
14 innings, they got one hit. One goddamn hit.
Was that
You can't say goddamn on the radio. Oh, it doesn't matter. Nobody's listening.
Is that Major League?
That's Major League. I
Oh.
don't know if it's one or two. I think it was the original though. But yeah, shout out to Bob Uecker, Harry Doyle.
That was good. I'm surprised I knew that.
Oh, you're good with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
I know it a little bit too well, I think.
there we go.
Yeah, I
We
was
figured it out.
Yeah, Harry Doyle. The name of the broadcaster's fictitious name came into my head a little quicker than I expected, but hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's all good. Are we good on the front?
I think it's time to make the turn.
Woo!
We got some interesting stuff to talk about for the turn.
Yeah. So I wanted to start. We were talking about Safeway.
Right, yeah,
Safeway
the
open?
insurance company?
Yeah. It's a grocery store. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice. Did you make that guess or?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I was just pretty pumped about that.
Sounds like an insurance company.
Yeah, it could be.
You know,
Or like
Safeway,
one of those companies that stops your information from getting hacked,
oh yeah.
whatever the hell those things are.
I don't know.
They seem like a scam, but that's nor here nor there.
Right, yeah, scams. There's gonna be another rant again. By the way, everybody, by all these scamming infomercials.
I'm getting loose.
You're getting ready.
Crack the neck.
Yeah. So your question was regarding sponsorship, right?
Yeah, so if you could get a sponsor for golf, which I guess would be a goal. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice. If it's like, oh, cool, we got a sponsor for our show.
Right.
So and so, like right now, as we make the turn, we want to thank our sponsor. Blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
Nobody. Y'all suck. But what would you want to be a spokesman for? And I put, assuming you only get paid in stuff.
Oh.
So you're not getting just money from this company.
Okay.
You're getting their stuff.
Gotcha. Oh, that's why I wasn't even prepared for that exactly.
I mean, I
But-
think what you because we were talking about it
Yeah,
briefly.
well, see, the thing is, I'm not a very materialistic person. So, like, if it's stuff that I'm getting, I don't really care about all that much, you
Right.
know? Like,
and I don't think I am, but there's definitely some
but
things.
there's,
where I'd be like,
there's some stuff that could be useful as well. So,
for sure.
like, I think my response was originally about, some Northeast PA based stuff. So to those of you who aren't watching us on YouTube right now, we have a bag of Middlesworth potato chips on the table right now.
Yeah.
Because that's a NEPA brand right there. We got the Weekender on there, which they put in the bag now, which the Weekender used to be in a barrel.
Oh, I love the barrel. I
was
used
so
to eat
good.
it at my aunt's house.
Oh, it was a staple at like a church picnic.
Oh,
Some
there's-
RC Cola.
There you go.
Yeah.
Middleburg, Pennsylvania.
So, yeah, Middlesworth chips, that would be a cool one, because it would get people interested. What the hell is that? They got a good logo.
Yeah. I know what's their catchphrase? It's like there's an A in our name because it's not Middlesworth, it's Middleswarth.
Oh, huh, yeah.
There's an A in our name and there's a something something something. There's a phrase for it. I don't know what it is. It used to be here where it says finally the right potato chip in the ideal package. It's a bag.
Huh.
It was in the ideal package when it was in a
Yeah,
barrel.
it used to be, when it was a barrel.
Doofuses. And even better, can you hear that crinkle? Look at that.
Playing some golf, right?
He's golfing.
Oh, that is sweet. Yeah.
Getting out of the bunker.
Yeah. That's a good way to spend a weekend there with some barbecue, Middlesworth potato chips.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, I hadn't even thought about them, but when I saw them here, that would be a good selection there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's smart for us to start local.
Yeah.
Some local companies.
Right. Yeah.
You
So
know,
I also had the
We're
thought
not going
of,
nationwide right from the start. That's just
yeah,
ridiculous.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Well, like Roy McAvoy in Tin Cup, he had all these local sponsors when he was in the U.S. Open there. So it would
Perfect.
kind of be like a starter system like that.
Wasn't it that something we were talking about with the hat? Like if you just wore a hat, what would you put on your hat?
Oh, I don't know.
It was the same question because we were talking about at the
Oh,
Masters.
that's right. Yeah, it was.
I forget the guy's
And
name.
I had no answer for that. I couldn't think on
Yeah, I couldn't
my
either.
toes. But I think I brought up to you in the past off air that like some Northeast PA marijuana companies would be really cool to get sponsorship from now that like that whole world is opening up into medicine and all these different brands and it's
Right, and-
become much more accepted. Like that's something that I think would be really cool to represent. And when nobody else is doing it at this point, eventually you're going to start seeing that all over the place.
Right. There's a brand. I'm going to throw out a brand because I saw it's Canadips.
Okay.
It's basically like a like tobacco pouch
Yeah.
things, but
okay.
it's but it's cannabis. So it's either like THC or CBD.
right.
But yeah, they promote a lot of they get pretty involved in the golf world too.
Okay, I haven't heard of them. That's pretty interesting. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. And that would that would be it's a perfect place for those a golf course where you can just spit on the
Everywhere.
anywhere, yeah.
Pretty much anywhere. You got 150 acres
Yeah.
of just like wherever I want.
Yeah, one of the only places I've tried dipping was on a golf course. Cuz it's disgusting though. Like it's not something you want to continue doing, but like on a golf course it works. There and in the showers after swim practice.
Oh,
Was
interesting.
perfect because you're spitting to the drain and everything like that. Like the people who carry around those bottles of spit is absolutely disgusting. It's
Yeah, that one's gross.
revolting.
That's gross.
Yeah, and the whole thing is gross. But
Well, the whole idea of I remember like people would try and fill up the biggest jug.
it's
That they could.
so vile.
That's
Yeah.
so bad.
Fuck.
There's a good visual for everyone.
Yeah,
all right,
let's get
moving
off of that.
on.
Yeah. So some of the other brands though that I thought of was like I'm just a big bread head. So like National Bakery that's based in Scranton.
Yeah, that's
would
a good
be,
one.
Would be a really great one for me because I love me some bread.
Yeah. Would you
And-
go potentially Beta Bread, downtown Clark Summit?
I'm not familiar with them. Good,
All right.
good stuff. Should
Yeah.
I check them out?
Yeah,
Okay, where is it?
right on State Street.
Okay.
I'm hoping they're open still. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in so long, but it's damn good.
Well, damn, if it's that good, you should be
Well, there
helping
we
them out. I hope
we
they're
just
not-
did.
Yeah, that's right.
We just did. That was free. That was a freebie.
Yeah, and I'll be checking if you still exist. I'll be checking you out because I'm looking for some bread all the time.
Cool.
All the time.
What else? Amorosa?
Yeah, that's a bread company down in southeast Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So
I Googled it.
right, yeah.
I Googled
And
the
you said potatoes or something like that.
yeah, Amorosa potatoes.
Okay.
They're like the purpley fingerling potatoes or something.
Oh,
I was
gotcha.
like,
Oh,
what?
yeah, those are good too.
Yeah.
But if you're down in southeast PA and like on the outskirts of Philly, if you're getting a cheesesteak, very often it's going to be presented on an Amorosa's roll.
Oh, there you go.
So like I just put that down when I put down National Bakery because I thought Omarosa might be a national
okay.
thing, but apparently they're not. I think they're only I think they're just a regional thing as well.
You went like just bread.
Well,
You went like heavy bread.
I did go heavy on the bread because I thought if I want sponsorship from something that I'm passionate about,
And I want me some
I
bread.
put some weed on there and I put bread on there.
Smoke some weed and I'm gonna eat some goddamn bread.
Yeah, I mean if I'm just trying to live out my dreams,
Yeah.
that's all that's. So fist pumps,
Yeah. What was it?
hole in
Hole in one.
hole in one.
Yeah, we could do.
Eating a nice solid piece of bread is
There you go.
an important part of my life.
You're gonna be walking down the road, eating a piece of bread right after your hole in one.
I'll know I made it.
There you go.
So what about you? Did you have any other sponsors that?
I went a little more practical and like
Oh yeah,
for a
of
little
course
bit.
the pro's going to go practical, and
Yeah.
the amateur is going to be an idiot.
Well, I'm in the process of looking for a house or like a home builder,
Oh yeah.
someone that wants to build us a house. I'm in.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a hell of a sponsorship.
Yes. Yeah. Talk about practicality. Yeah.
and Dodge car.
The car company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even maybe not like a full car, but like a nice discount on one.
Okay.
I'd be cool with that. That could be local.
Yeah.
They could both be local.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You
yeah.
know,
They
local
could, yeah.
dealership.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Come
Right.
on, fellas.
Yeah.
And honestly, we could both.
Or you could
use
do
that.
like Sheridan Masonry.
Yeah.
You know.
What's up, Colin? Just got out of a lesson with you.
Yeah. And I hear he's doing better.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, though, we could both use a house and a car.
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
We're in that situation. We're in that boat.
Yeah. I could use some more weed too.
Let's be honest. We really could use some weed. Oh, and I'd be cool with a club manufacturer like Callaway, Titleist.
Yeah, but that's just so on the nose.
Yeah, but I mean that's something I would. I mean, it's a good one
Right.
to have.
Clearly, yeah, it's smart. It would make sense.
It would be
for
like the
a
most
golfer to
practical-
have golf-related sponsors.
And honestly, my big thing with Callaway is that they have so many more lefty clubs than a lot of other companies.
Yeah,
It's mostly in the putter world, but you get in those like finishes, we have this super cool finish on our wedges, right hand only.
oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you bastards!
yeah.
Like,
What's like? How hard is it to just?
make it the opposite way?
Yeah, well, there's
It
probably
is.
just
It is probably really difficult.
right. They probably have these machines that are designed in a certain
Yeah, they're just
way,
rapid
and it would,
fire.
It would cost $100,000 to create the
mold,
mirror image
yeah.
of the same equipment. Yeah, yeah. The lefties do get the rough end of it a
Yeah.
lot of the times, but hey, whatever.
But Callaway's got Phil, so that's really helpful.
Sure.
As one of your
Oh,
main guys
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
being left-handed,
Right.
you better have some lefty shit.
Yeah.
And they do. And not everything, but at least you have options. Like 90% of the companies will just be like, nah, no.
Yeah, not even worth it for their
Yeah.
demographic. And,
Right.
Because
And-
the market isn't nearly as big. So it makes sense that it's not there as much, and it makes even more sense that you would gravitate towards something that would
Yeah.
benefit you.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I totally get it from... So this actually isn't a rant. I'm not going to rant about this. Like, I get it. I've gotten so mad about it in the past. That I
Sure,
was like,
yeah. And you've matured.
I'm over it. But I saw... Oh, you know what I think would be a good one, though? Because you were going for bread. Maybe a grocer.
A grocer, yeah.
Like, get the grocery store. You get the whole building. You could get bread, meat, cheese.
Oh,
you
man,
can make a whole
they
sandwich.
give you like supermarket sweep kind of
Oh,
style.
that'd be good. That'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah. You get your cardio in.
Supermarket sweep.
You've got a golfer like practice like training for their cardio. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't run along golf. It's like, yeah, but I got the sweep coming up.
Yeah. And honestly, the whole thing that started this was that I saw Jason Duffner was wearing it just says dude
Yeah.
on his hat.
Was Duffner the guy? I was trying to think of this. Was Duffner the guy who hadn't had a sponsor forever? Or was that Ryan Moore?
No, it was Duffner.
Okay, yeah, because he just for years and years he just had no sponsors,
Yeah.
and then eventually it happened.
Yeah, but
I felt like Ryan Moore did that too.
he may have.
He wore like sneakers or that like these weird shoes.
Oh,
Like,
he
that
may have.
Didn't even seem like golf shoes.
Square Strike?
Oh,
The Square Strike?
I'm not,
or
I'm
not
not
Square
trying to
Strike.
get-
No, the Square Shoes.
Square shoes. I'm not trying to get you started.
No. I'm going there.
Didn't
I'll
they
probably
come
go
in though? Didn't you?
Yeah, I'll get there. Don't worry. I'll talk. Yeah, they came in last week, all right? And I stand corrected.
You stand corrected. That's funny.
Stand on my square toes.
Yeah, and
So I gained 200 yards on my driver.
Wow, they're changing. They're changing
Yeah.
everything about golf.
I went from 290 carry to whatever the math is,
to a
490.
490 carry.
490 carry. Like I can't even use it on like as my driver. I can't use my driver anymore.
Because the shoes are so powerful.
Yeah, they're so powerful. The holes aren't long enough. I'm
Wow.
hitting 8-irons off the tee into par 5s. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And honestly, it's really hard to putt because I hit the ball so hard now.
Well, yeah, you can't.
I can't even. I've broken flag sticks in the last week. I've broken a number of flag sticks, and
Do those shoes come with a warning?
no warning that I'm
Wow.
going to be breaking flag sticks. I mean, it's costing me a fortune.
Sure, yeah.
I feel bad. I'm just rifling flag sticks from 10 feet out. Just
Sure.
can't stop it.
Yeah. And how's the comfort on them?
They're quite comfortable.
They're pretty nice,
They're
yes.
like they're like you're like on a cloud.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Wow, that's a beaut. That's a beaut. Soon they're going to be a sponsor.
Oh, and did you also know if you I got they comboed with Heelys.
Oh, Heelys. They're
Yeah.
making a comeback, huh?
Yeah, and if you play in Heelys, you play 69.87% faster. You play it around faster. You just wheel up to the ball,
Okay.
hit it as you go, and if you got your shoes, you got the square shoes on, the ball's just gonna go, and
Yeah,
you just keep
exactly.
rolling.
So you just cruise all the way.
yeah, done. I mean, that combination, match made in heaven. It's the
I've been
perfect
wa-
marriage.
I've been
Speed
waiting for
and
Heelys.
distance. Speed and distance. It's what every golfer wants. It's what every golfer needs.
That's it.
Heelys square shoes. Boom. Done. Mic drop.
I'm ordering a pair as we speak. Yeah, tap, 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 tap. So, we didn't bring up Tiger once last week.
No, we did not.
We not one time,
Yeah.
and he's back. I mean,
He's
he's
vertical.
he's bipedal.
Yeah. He's like 1.5 pedal right now. He's got that like massive boot on.
Yeah, but it was cool to see him smiling. I think a lot of people reacted to this like insanely. It's
Yeah, they
just a
freaked out a
picture.
bit.
It's just a picture of him
Yeah.
being alive, and people are freaking out. You think that we would be the ones that are going crazy about it, but honestly, it was a bunch of whatever. you
Yeah.
know,
Tone
like-
it down.
Yeah.
There, we got our-
I was watching the national news, and it was a
Tiger
topic.
Woods is vertical.
Yeah, like that he took a picture with his dog.
Yeah.
Like the bigger story is that the golf course that he's working on is coming along.
Right.
And that's what I read into when I saw the message that went along with the photo.
Yeah.
That
The golf course is coming along faster than I am.
yeah, I was like, oh, cool, because we've been talking about golf course designs, and it's nice that Tiger's giving that a go.
Yeah.
Because it's, as we discussed, it takes a different type of mind to see that type of stuff and
For sure.
make it happen.
So I was thinking about this. I was watching TV, and I think I know the spot that you could get to see someone practice a fist bump.
Oh, the fist pump, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know where?
Well, I read your notes, so I
Oh, okay.
do. But you're
A golf
absolutely
commercial.
right.
A golf commercial
Yes,
would be the perfect spot,
because they're going to be doing take after take after
Yeah.
take, and they're going to be
and that actor's gonna be hopping into the side back to his trailer. He's gonna when I walk up, I gotta give it a good yeah.
And well, in fact, there is one that has been playing a lot. I forget, what company the commercial is actually for, but there's a guy testing out a spider putter, and
Oh, I think that
it goes in between him and Dustin Johnson making
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
50-footer or something like that, and then So the footage changes from Dustin Johnson. He's starting the fist pump, and then the other guy, the amateur dude who's testing out the club, finishes off the fist pump.
Yeah,
so,
he's like with his wife or something. She's like,
Yeah, exactly.
How's the club? I think it might be Golf Galaxy.
It might-
or,
yeah, it
or
might be,
something.
yeah.
In
It's,
one of those big chain.
yeah, like a
stores.
golf, yeah. And
We're just giving out free advertisement to all these people. We're keeping our mouth shut. You got to pay for that.
yeah, maybe if we speak nicely about them, maybe they'll come knocking on our door.
We love you, Golf Galaxy.
Yeah.
I don't really care about Golf Galaxy.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, I've never used that place as a.
You didn't spend very much
I
time
never
there.
patronized that store, yeah. But you're absolutely right. That is exactly where you can find.
I think that's the
someone
spot.
practicing. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have
But
to.
I have some breaking news. I was joking about that.
No, that's your dream.
Yeah, well, maybe I can turn it into a legitimate dream. I wasn't just joking about, but yeah, that's. I don't know.
It was your first one, I think.
No, I think the first goal was the hole.
A hole in one was their first goal.
Yeah, which is like a legitimate dream.
Yeah. So do you want to set it up and do a hole in one video, and we'll just go to a par 3 with like 100 balls?
So you have to take the if you hit the green, you have to take that ball off each time, right? Because you want a surface
you
with
could.
yeah. Well, you don't want to have a surface with 15 balls on it.
Well, that's true. I mean, 15 might be excessive, but
But 1 or 2 is fine because it could be in a foursome. Like
no, I mean, like you literally are just gonna sit on the par 3 until you get a hole in one.
yeah. Well, see, what I'm saying is you should have somebody on the green taking off the ball
Yeah,
each
you
time
could.
when you don't make it. You know?
Yeah, that's
And like it's a lot of work for a fraudulent video, so I don't like the idea of it.
all right.
But it would be fun footage to have,
Yeah.
you know. But it would be fraudulent, and I would feel like a piece of shit if I tried to pawn it off as an actual ace.
Okay, that was the thing. It was
Yeah.
like, would you count it as a hole in one?
Right. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
It's
It just has to be middle of the round or whenever.
sure. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. That's something I was thinking about recently too. Like, do you have to be playing around? Like you were saying, how getting one alone is kind of difficult to swallow because
Yeah, I think I'd be fine with it.
I would count it. I'd be fine with it. But
Yeah.
also, what if I was playing 2 balls or something like that because
Yeah.
I'm out there alone, and if the second one goes in, I'm not counting that one.
No.
But if the first one goes in, why wouldn't you count it?
That was mine.
Yeah,
I was playing 2, and thank God they weren't even remotely close to each other. 'Cause-
Were they the same ball? And they didn't have any distinction.
no, I just
But you didn't. I don't really.
I just
mark my
knew
balls,
that
actually,
it
which
was
is
in a
probably
different
stupid.
spot. I knew they were in like one. I knew went at the hole, and the other one went like 50 yards because it hit a tree.
Oh, okay, so it
So
wasn't
they,
even.
so
like-
they weren't close
Yeah,
because the guy was like, "Oh, what kind of ball are you playing?" And I was like, "Max Fly Fire."
they're both. Yeah, if they were the same thing, then it
Yeah,
would
and they were
be-
like, "Oh, one's on the green and one's in the hole." I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know which one it was." I would have
Yeah.
had that hanging over my head
oh, yeah,
forever.
that would be really tough to.
That'd be a tough one to swallow.
It would, and to most of the population, they'd be like, "What the hell does it matter? Who cares?" But like a real golfer is.
They want it.
Yeah.
Got to count it. But anyway, I was trying to make your dreams come true.
Oh,
Like
sure.
that. So at least that's where the main one came from. Of what were we talking about? Oh, the fist bump.
Oh,
I saw the fist pump, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh man, that's such a good spot for him to go."
Oh yeah, it's so weird though.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is coming to my head right now, but I do want to mention that I saw something awesome this weekend / heard. I was coming off the course with my my parents and my soon-to-be sister-in-law, and as we were coming off, my brother was taking his kids up to the putting green, and my niece, who's 1 year old, said, "I'm going golfing."
That's great.
Yeah, and like, she has trouble with some words right now because
Not those.
Yeah, it was amazing how clear it came out. It was so funny to hear. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was really happy.
That's a solid eagle.
That was an eagle. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, so shout out to Scarlett.
Yeah.
and Daisy too. She was her diction is a little bit better, but just as cute. It was cool to they were
Are
showing
they-
some interest in.
I was gonna say, are they gonna get into it? You think?
Who knows? It's,
I mean, they both
You
play.
can't tell it at
Yeah,
this
but they
early.
both both the parents are playing
Correct. Yeah.
pretty
So-
regularly too.
Yeah,
so I think
absolutely.
it would be an easy one for them to.
Oh, I think they'll probably find interest in it.
Yeah.
But you never know.
That's true. They might hate it.
Right. Yeah.
Which is easy. It's an easy game to hate.
It's a very, very easy game to hate. That's funny. I don't think about that often, but yeah, it's an incredibly easy game to hate, and it's such a easy game to love too. There's just there's something about it.
It's very polarizing.
It's
And I teach people a lot, and I take for granted. Sometimes I take for granted how long it takes or how much work was involved
to get to your level. Yeah.
Yeah, and then trying to explain that to people in a lesson is really hard.
Yeah.
Especially when they're younger. I mean, I'm able to like navigate that a little, and I could help them.
Sure.
But they're like, "Oh, well, you're just good." I'm like, "Yeah, but like I spent a lot of time doing this."
Yeah.
Like I wasn't good for a really long time.
Yeah. Well, there's like the Malcolm Gladwell.
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
The 10,000 hour rule.
Yeah, from like what Outliers, I think was the book. Yeah.
Was that the book name?
I think the book is called Outliers, or maybe that's the concept that's involved.
It might be.
I don't think it's called 10,000 hours. But
no, it's definitely not 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Outliers. I've read it.
Okay. I know one of his books is titled Outliers.
Side note, I loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of my favorite books.
Huh.
And that's why there's no his claim was more or less that there's no such thing as a child prodigy.
Oh, well, no, but there clearly is. Like Mozart didn't have 10,000 hours to practice the piano when he was writing concertos at like 8.
Well, but he did practice a lot at like 4
or 4. Well, no, I mean, he was.
No, I mean in that time frame before it, like leading up to his like really young thing, like he was already playing a lot.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that like he's basically like, chill out. You just have to practice, and you could get really good at anything.
Right, but there's, I mean,
And
natural abilities come into play for a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, there's certain things with like,
but you have
height.
to add both of them together. If you want to be the best at something, you have to, in my opinion, you have to have both. You have to have the natural ability
For sure.
planted into you, and then you have to work harder than anybody else as well. So it's,
yeah, like I was never going to be a center in basketball,
right.
so it didn't matter.
There's some things that you just can't. Like I can't be a Rockettes
Also true.
dancer, because there's.
But he had a cool thing about hockey players. It was a cool little thing. Like I forget, maybe it was in Canada or Russia, but they took like a study of all of these Russian hockey players, and they were all born within like 2 months of each other.
Yeah.
And the reason was the deadlines from when they're kids.
Yeah.
So
the parents know to plan their child's birth.
No, it wasn't intentional. It was just more that when someone is 6 years old, and you're the oldest 6-year-old, versus someone who's
the youngest 6-year-old, that's a
big
dramatic difference.
Yeah. So what happens is those kids are bigger and faster. So at 6 years old, they're like, oh, this kid's an all-star. He's on the travel team. So from 6 until all the way through high school, he's always been on the travel teams. He's played more hockey.
Right.
So he hits that 10,000 hours faster than everyone else.
Right, yeah.
So that's why all of them were right after the deadline. They were the oldest kids in their division, necessary, so to speak.
It's an interesting study.
Yeah, that's why I like the book so much,
Okay.
and that's why
that was from Outliers.
Yeah, it was in
okay.
Outliers.
Oh,
I think it's
gotcha,
right in the beginning.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's.
But
really
the main takeaway was like the 10,000 hour thing was his like main clip.
Right. Yeah, that's what everyone
headline worthy.
Yeah, that's what people know who haven't read it. Like me, for example. Like I'm referencing this book that I've never read before. You know?
But it's good. It makes a certain point. But he talks about like certain prodigy musicians, and he breaks down all of their path, like the things that led up to them getting to that point.
Sure.
And it kind of takes away the whole mystique of being a prodigy.
Yeah.
And it's like, not really. Like even Tiger, he wasn't a prodigy. I mean, his dad had him on television at 3,
right,
or 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he was in front of a camera golfing from day one. As the second he could, he was like, "You're going on Johnny Carson."
Yeah,
it's like, all right.
Yeah,
and then,
Earl had him doing a lot early, and some would think that terrible parenting, but
Could be.
Well, maybe some aspects of it, not entirely, but like
Right.
there are aspects that like were probably wrong.
True.
But Tiger, we are glad to see you back, bipedal.
Yeah.
And they didn't mention the name of the dog. I was hoping. Do you know offhand?
Buddy?
Looks like a buddy.
He would be a good buddy.
Looks like a little buddy.
What's up, buddy? Any other albatrosses, condors out there? Any double bogeys or plus or worse?
Not for mine.
All right. There was the kid, I forget his first name, Vital,
Okay.
but he broke Sam Snead's
I didn't hear
Reading,
about this.
Reading Country Club. He's 15 years old. He broke Sam Snead's record
On the course?
at Reading Country Club.
Okay, what did he shoot?
62.
Wow. He's a 15-year-old kid?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've played that course one time.
It was a Philly PGA Junior event,
Okay.
so that was like big news.
I think I played Reading Country Club one time, but I got rained out.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a bummer.
That's the worst.
Got a good golf now rate on it.
Oh, that's
so sweet. It was like $8
can't
or
beat
something
those.
like that.
Can't beat those.
Yeah.
You know what? Not Sleepy Hollow. What's the one in Tunkhannock? Shadowbrook.
Shadowbrook.
Hiya, got it.
Yeah.
So they used to do $8 for a round of golf and a hot dog at the turn
Oh, really?
and a soda.
That's a steal.
Yeah, $8 per person.
This was in the 40s?
no. It was
During your childhood?
no.
Or
we
was
were-
this a couple years ago?
No, we were driving. We were able to drive there.
Okay.
It was the summer of Gary when Gary got 2 hole-in-ones. It was that summer, so we would go there all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Summer of Gary. All
Yeah.
right.
2 hole-in-ones in 1 year
Yeah.
with the
That bastard. You know what? I was so happy for him on the first one, and I was I was a little annoyed at the second one.
of course.
But it's
All right, you wanna head to the back so you don't get too heated about Gary.
yeah. I think it could only go into a bad place, so we might as well.
You know what's even funnier is I almost saw him get a third.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
In that same season.
no, we went up. We were in a pro-am at the country club of Scranton.
Cool. You play with him during?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I was the pro. He was
Well, yeah,
him,
clearly,
and then
yeah.
I forget who else we were playing with, but the third hole, this was his first time ever playing there.
Yeah.
He rifled one off the stick, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Jesus.
And I so,
So he scolded and it just
no, but it hit it was coming down.
Oh,
like
okay,
it was
yeah.
it was a really good shot.
Gotcha.
It just happened to rifle off the stick.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, did he get screwed?
it wasn't too bad. It wasn't more than 10 feet away.
Okay, so it wasn't particularly memorable in terms of like how
Yeah.
bad he got
Yeah,
hurt.
it looked really close. And so the week prior, I played with someone. It was their first round of golf ever at the Country Club of Scranton.
Oh God.
Got a hole in one.
That's
The next time I go out with
Yeah,
Gary.
almost another one.
First time out,
Yeah.
almost got a hole in one. I was like,
It's
man.
such a tough course too. It should be yielding first timers, first time aces.
Yeah, and the first one was on 17 par 3, 248 from the tips.
Yeah, I birdied that the last time I played it.
Yeah, he hit a 3 hybrid.
Jesus. Yeah, I think
Into the hole.
I may have hit. I either hit my hybrid or 3-wood, just to get onto the front of the dance floor. And I probably made like a 50
Oh
footer
right, I
or
remember
something
you
like
telling
that.
me that was
And then I birdied the 18th too. I went birdie,
yeah.
which was
That keeps you coming back.
oh man. And then I didn't do well on the rest of the course, but that was
all
still
good.
a fun day.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, back nine. We got Copperhead at Innisbrook, which is near Tampa. It's not like in Tampa, but the Valspar Championship.
The Valspar, yeah. This is another one that, it doesn't seem like there's much special about it, but it's
It's got the snake pit.
the snake. That's the thing that makes it stand out. The way we were talking
Yeah.
about last week. So it's got that snake pit.
I
It's-
like their
it's
logo.
a tougher course too.
Yeah, I like the logo of the
Of snake,
of
yeah.
the snake. Like I think that's super cool.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Like it's something you want to get your picture with if you're
For
if you're
sure.
there.
I wonder if that might be one if it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you gotta touch the snake head or something.
Yeah, there's
Like so, there's like a part that gets like worn down, like a national monument or something.
Oh yeah.
The golfer mecca. It probably has something like a Pinehurst with Payne Stewart.
Oh sure, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
I,
bet
mean,
it-
I think most courses that make it onto the tour have their little spot that is like the spot that people like to take their picture with, just
Yeah.
to prove that they've been there,
yeah.
type of thing.
This has a lot less homes than the RBC did a couple weeks
but
ago.
it's also in a neighborhood.
No, it's just
or
like
community?
around the outside. No, there's really nothing around this golf course.
Okay.
Like it seemed. It was actually one of those where I was like, how do they put a golf course there? Because I feel like it would flood all the time.
Oh, right. Well,
I mean, there's a lot of those, like the way it's, New Orleans or not New Orleans,
Tampa.
Tampa.
Or, in Florida.
Maybe I was thinking of Louisiana. I don't remember. Whatever.
I couldn't tell you. No, but they know what they're doing with drainage and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I
Like
know,
that
but still.
goes into the design in certain parts of the country.
That's true.
It has to be considered. Like up here, they're not concerned about flooding.
Not really.
Some.
Some places.
I mean, yeah, there's places, there's depressions and places on courses that get it more than others. But I feel like the draining happens is being taken into consideration much more in different places.
Yeah. But this is a Larry Packard design. And I've never heard of him before. But good for you, Larry. You made a banger. Hopefully, that'd be cool if you did one. You made one golf course and it was just
Oh, that would be really interesting. Yeah.
like walk out, like just I'm gonna say it again, but that's a mic drop moment. Like Copperhead bitches,
yeah.
mic
And
drop. I'm out.
It's the type of course that doesn't see players go into like double digits under.
Yeah, it's a tough.
It's
tough.
There's some hard stretches in there, so you're gonna have to have a well-rounded game for this course. It's as you said, as you have written down. It's not a Bombers course.
No, it doesn't. I mean, unless
I don't
you're
even know if
hitting
your boy
some.
Bryson's playing or not.
No, he's not.
He's not.
No, it's one of those where when I was kind of going through a couple of the holes, it looks like they go back and forth a lot. Like it'll dogleg right and left within one hole.
Okay.
You get a lot of shot shaping.
Yeah. That's
a lot of
interesting.
placement stuff. I mean, it's still long. It's like they say it could go to roughly 7,300 yards,
Okay.
which is still a decently long golf course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not short,
No.
but which is funny why I thought I was like, I'm not gonna pick him, but I was like, I feel like Bubba would have a ton of fun.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, well, the last time this tournament was played, they skipped it last year because of COVID, but he was top 5 last time he played it.
Right,
so,
he was up there.
Yeah, and coming off of a pretty solid week.
Yeah,
Um,
he's my unofficial official pick for the week is gonna be Bubba anyway. But I just feel like he could play. He could just. But he's one of those where if it doesn't fit his eye for some reason, he won't like it.
huh.
So I guess he could, but obviously if he plays well.
You should still pick him though. He's a lefty, but you don't want to pick him 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I'm not picking him 2 weeks in a row. I'm not going to do that. But I just thought that
Yeah.
was an interesting one where I was like, oh, man, this is like right up his alley.
Right.
Because he does work the ball both ways. He does. It's not like
He doesn't only have the slice, like
Yeah.
well, not a slice, but a design slice, like a cut.
Yeah. No, it's a slice. You could call it a slice.
Can you? Okay.
It's got enough. It makes enough
But when
motion.
he's doing it on purpose, it just seems like he shouldn't. Slice comes off as a mistake.
That's true.
You always think of it that way. but
Power fade.
power fade. Yeah,
You could go in that world for him.
yeah.
That's what-
a butcher's cut.
I like it.
I like a butcher's cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that we didn't bring up Mark Leishman's chip in on 16 on the front 9.
I didn't even see it.
Oh, it was huge.
Yeah.
Because on 16, Leishman and Cam Smith are, I believe, tied with Usti and
Okay.
Charles Schwartzel. And Cam Smith, it was a drivable par 4 is the 16th.
Okay.
Cam Smith has a solid drive, but he gets an unfortunate bounce, goes into the water, and Leishman has to make his he drops. It rolls out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Into the hazard, I should
Yeah.
say. And it does it twice, so then he gets to place it. And he's being really meticulous about placing his ball. And I'm thinking, okay, come on. It's if
move
one
on.
blade of grass this way or that way, what's the difference? But it did make a difference. He ends up making this very, very delicate chip for birdie.
Wow.
Yeah, and that gets him. I think they were down 1, and that got him to being tied.
That's hella clutch.
It was unbelievable.
That's an eagle birdie.
I I think I was mentioning it to be the most important stroke of the tournament.
And we didn't even talk about it.
And I cannot believe we didn't bring it up on the front nine. I'm ashamed of myself.
Well, I didn't know it happened.
You didn't even know it happened. Yeah.
This was news to me, man.
I can't believe I'm so disappointed that we didn't talk about this.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to do better.
Yeah, I'm
glad we're still recording.
Yeah, I was so busy thinking about Rom's derriere that.
Oh sure, yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about.
It's powerful, apparently.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring up Matt Kuchar.
Just because?
Because Vicky wanted me to bring up Matt Kuchar.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to bring up how, the countrymen who we mentioned earlier were playing together. It's almost like a preview of the Olympics in a way.
That's nice.
Because the format doesn't...
Yeah, it's not the same.
They're not playing together, which...
They should.
Yeah. Matt Kuchar didn't know the format. When he won bronze at the Rio Games, he was there doing a press conference, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, I like our team. I think we have a shot at this." And one of the a reporter was like, "Hey, Matt, you guys aren't playing together. This is an individual event." And he was like, "Oh wow, he didn't even know that, but he just wanted to be at the Olympics."
Of course,
and
I would love to be at the Olympics.
Yeah. Well, there were players that took their hat out of the ring. Like Dustin Johnson isn't gonna go.
Yeah,
so.
he's not going to Tokyo, which is crazy. I mean, I think it's really close to the U.S. Open.
Maybe
it's right after Father's Day because that's that weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what his reasoning is for not doing it, but I think that would be one of the coolest events to play in terms of golf. It's once in 4 years. You represent your country.
Yeah, I mean you get to
love
do
America, even though it's freaking us out a little bit.
Just right now.
Right now, is that what the lyric is?
No, I said it just says America, I love you, but you're freaking me out.
Yeah. Well,
Amen
not
to
to
that.
The Menzingers.
Yep, because if you're watching,
yeah, if you're
there's
watching,
a
you can
massive
Menzingers poster. Yeah, I knew him back when they were bobbing the Sackets.
I know the bats. I don't know that. I always called it the bats.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
but no one else ever did. It was just like bats, bobbing the Sackets, bats.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. I'm surprised no one else went along with you there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Bob and the Sackets was such a good name that
I think
people just wanted.
Why would you shorten that?
It's a shame that they changed it.
Yeah,
but there's probably some.
Well, it was different people.
Yeah, there's Curtis Godino. Curtis Ayers was in
Bob and the Sackets,
but he's not in the Menzingers. Yeah.
Correct.
It was Joe Godino and
Tom May.
Tom May. Yeah, right.
I think those are the two.
Those are the two that
essentially stayed.
Right.
And then Eric Keane. Bass.
Okay.
And then
it's cool that they
I don't know if Eric was in Bob and the Sackets or not.
I don't believe he was. I
don't know who the bass player was.
It was there were two Godinos. Tony was on drums, and then Joe Godino was
Joe's drummer.
Joe's drummer. Tony?
Joe's the Menzinger's drummer.
Okay, so I think
Tony?
I think Tony was his brother, who was also in the band.
We'll get them on. Get them to golf.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. We should do a guest soon.
Yeah.
We got 3 mics now.
I do.
Oh, speaking of 3 mics, everyone should check out that stand-up special with Neil Brennan.
Oh, you're obsessed with that.
Yeah. Well, 3 mics. It was right there.
I know. It was a setup.
It was right there.
The setup was there.
Unintentional setup too. But
yeah, I mean, it's good. Like I could get golfers.
Oh yeah.
Probably. I don't know. See what anyone's doing on a Monday night.
Right.
Talk about golf with us. Are they going to follow our format?
Yes, we're gonna
Just
force them in it. Yeah, we'll force them into it. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
perfect.
Even though our format fell apart just now because we're on the back nine and I'm bringing up stuff from
the front nine.
and then we're talking about the Menzingers and Bob and the Sackets. That's definitely a turn.
Yeah, that's a turn
discussion.
Thing.
Yeah,
it's all right. We just go when we go where we go.
That's what a podcast is, baby.
Yeah.
You don't know. There's a little bit of an outline, but we don't know.
Yeah, as long as we get enough, then we fill like an hour of time.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's all gravy, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't care. We did what we needed to do.
That's all. I mean, that's all we can.
I don't know. It would be, it's funny. Is I don't know if they golf. That's what's interesting.
Who's they?
The Menzingers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I feel like they may have, but it's are you golfers? But you could get Alice Cooper. Some of those, I'm not talking about actually getting Alice Cooper, but
people that you wouldn't expect to golf but do. Is that kind of the Alice
kind
Cooper?
Of in that world where they're super famous for being a musician, but he
Kenny
also
Kenny G.
Yeah, Kenny. playing the oboe? Does he play the oboe?
No, he plays sax.
Yeah, but
plays,
didn't
it's a soprano sax.
Yeah, but didn't he do the like longest note ever held or something on like an oboe?
Oh, possible.
I don't know.
I'm sure he doesn't only play sax, but
Yeah,
and also the soprano sax looks just like an oboe too.
maybe that's where I screwed
So
it
maybe
up.
that's it. But he's he's a player too. Yeah, I don't think he's scratch, but he's definitely a low handicap.
That was like when you would see people that were like really, really good basketball players, like college basketball players, and they'd throw up a stat like, oh, he's also a scratch golfer. I was like, dude, pick one.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be elite at everything, all right? Give everyone, pass that along.
Yeah,
Let everyone else have a shot.
Hey, maybe they had 20,000 hours to kill.
Yeah, clearly they did.
So they don't have to pick just one.
Yeah, it's true.
If you got 30,000 hours,
Oh, so
then you can do 3.
this is definitely a turn thing. But did you ever hear of the Dan plan?
No.
Okay, so the Dan plan was a guy who basically just had money saved up for grad school, like a couple $100,000 saved up for grad school.
Yeah.
And he wanted to test that theory of 100 or of 10,000 hours to
Okay.
be
An
great.
expert.
An
at something.
expert, yeah. Oh, I don't know if he
Well, because an expert doesn't mean being the best.
No,
Yeah.
but he was like, oh, he needed to pick something
Okay.
that had a gauge that you could at least gauge somewhat. Like, oh, how if I played guitar for 10,000 hours, like, how do I know how if I deliberately practice for 10,000 hours,
Right.
how do I know that I'm an elite guitarist?
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. I have no gauge. There's not like a scale in guitar. It's like, oh yeah,
Right.
you're top 10 now.
Yeah, exactly.
But with golf, there was. So he decided to pick. He picked golf. He had never really golfed.
Oh, because of the
before.
handicap system.
Yeah, there's a handicap system. There's tournaments. There's the tour.
Right.
It's a sport.
And there's world golf rankings too, but he probably didn't get into that.
No, he didn't make it there.
I
But
don't even
he
know
did it-
Dan's last name, but he had a plan.
Dan's last name, and I don't remember it either.
It's not important.
But I've communicated with him. Like, I would email. I emailed him.
Is that right? Okay.
During his process, because it took years.
Sure.
He didn't. He ended up not completing it.
Oh.
But he made it a really, really long time, and he ended up being really good.
Okay.
Which was, I mean, he went from worse than me to better than me in like a year.
Okay.
And I was kind of frustrated by that. But I was like, oh, it's like a good perspective. It's like, oh, he was shooting like low 70s in tournaments, like 4 years into golf.
Shit.
But it's all he did.
Oh yeah.
Literally. Wake up, and he started getting into like the exercise part of it. But yeah, we were talking about the outliers thing, and he was testing the outliers theory.
That's pretty interesting.
And I think if he started it younger, because he was like 29, 30 when he started it.
Oh, yeah.
And if he was like planning it out, he's like, oh, if I do this much practice for this many days, it would take me like 8 years or something to do it.
Right.
To get like pretty close to that number. And it was intense. It was cool.
It had to have been.
Yeah. And I think just because golf's golf, I think his back was given out and like all that rotation and
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to condense that much work into a shorter period because that can happen.
right.
Apparently.
And if you get hurt, you're like delaying it by a couple of days or a couple of weeks.
Sure.
So it ended up not finishing, but I for what it's worth, I've always considered that a success
Yeah.
of what he did. And I was like, okay, I think it's there. I think the theory's there.
Yeah.
And I think
I would agree.
yeah. And I don't know, I loved that he was doing it, and the fact that I would just email him like randomly and be like, I got a question about you learning stuff.
Huh.
And he would respond.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool
Co-
concept.
Yeah. And it was golf, so I was like super
So
into
yeah,
it.
you're going to be interested, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're going back to the back nine.
Go back to
We
the
went-
back.
We went back to the turn, now we're going back to the back nine. We left something at the halfway house. We had to go back.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
I needed an extra soda
Yeah.
and a snack.
I didn't realize they had slushies there. We got to go back.
All right, so who are you picking this week?
I think I already picked Victor Hovland.
All right.
And I
Is
can't
he
really
playing?
go back. Yeah, he did.
He did good. He's good.
They did well last week. Yeah, he's becoming
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's a really good player.
right, and I think he probably was disappointed with the Norwegian performance on Sunday. So
Yeah.
I like him this week.
All right, I'm going Rafa Cabrera Bello.
Oh, why's that?
I don't know. I was scrolling through. I got to the C's or
Oh
the.
no, you're gonna kill your streak.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm feeling good about it. I saw it. I was like, ooh, I think he's gonna do well.
that's all right. I only say that because I haven't really seen his name on excuse me on leaderboards much this week.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring him some good luck
Cool.
this week.
I hope his odds are strong because I'm definitely gonna put him some money on the top 10 there.
Top 10.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it paid off for us last week.
Yeah.
Your pick, but I also put some money on my pick as well for top 10. And
Oh, who was that?
I had
your-
Tony Finau and
the
Cameron
Finau.
Champ.
Yeah, did they?
and they
ended up
were in
not.
second place, like tied for second
Yeah, that sucks.
going into Sunday, and then they just crumbled.
They really did.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
They played shitty on Saturday too. They had a bad weekend altogether because they only went like 4 or 5 under.
Yeah, when people were going lower.
When
than
people
that.
were going way. Yeah.
People started passing them. Well, which is funny because they were in second place.
Yeah.
Was it tied second?
On Sunday.
Yeah, to start
I
because they
thought,
were.
I thought they were tied for second. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which is really not that bad.
Yeah, I was really liking my pick, but
I was liking mine too.
yeah.
Granted,
Whatever.
mine stayed in the top 10 though.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
We're just keep riding that train.
Who'd you have again?
Victor Hovland.
Hovland. God damn. All right, Hovland, Cabrera Bello.
Cabrera Bale.
Let's do it.
All right, so are we all through?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we've done enough. We'll be in touch next week, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, and we want to thank all of our sponsors.
The potential sponsors coming our way.
Yeah. But go eat some Middlesworth.
Eat more bread.
And Middlesworth chips.
That's right.
All right. You good?
We're good.
Peace.